to another episode of Ron's Opinion Don't Matter. God bless y'all. Hopefully, y'all having a wonderful day. Hopefully, y'all having a beautiful day. God is good. God is great. Ah, man, it's an amazing time to be in America. Amazing time. And, watching the Democrats constantly lose their mind. And, they out here trying to act like you know, when they start to protest, it seems like all the time it's destruction that comes. And they're going to sit there and try to say, oh, we're peacefully protesting, we're doing it peacefully. And in reality, y'all not doing anything peacefully. What y'all doing is y'all basically causing more destruction. What they doing with these Tesla cars? Out the pit. What's up? God bless you, brother. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. If you can, please hit that like button, brother. Appreciate it very, very, very much. Yeah, I was checking out your rabbit video. But yeah, God bless y'all. They sitting there trying to say they protest peacefully. And this is my thing is that you can't say y'all peaceful when y'all tearing up people's vehicles, tearing up Tesla cars, tearing up the Tesla charging station. Listen, I'm not a fan of Tesla cars, but wrong is wrong. Simple as that. Wrong is wrong. And you can't sit there and say, oh, we protesting peacefully. And this is the thing I try to get across to people is that when Black Lives Matter was making their movement and all the stuff they got tore up and ripped apart, burnt down, people died, the Democratic Party incited all that. Maxine Waters, who was a Democratic politician for years, was running around talking about tear it up, tear it up, tear it up. Not only was she doing it, Roland Martin and Al Sharpton and all of them had their hands in the mix too. And my thing is this. All because they hated Trump, hate Trump. But here's the thing. The things that got tore up wasn't the white communities. The things that got tore up was the black communities. Now, as far as these Teslas go, they're not in a black community for the most part. But how is that helping y'all cause by tearing up people's stuff? My thing is this, is that y'all was a group of people that always talking about, saving the environment. Y'all should have electric cars and not gas cars because they're better for the environment and all the other stuff, which is a bunch of crock in itself. But I'm just going to go with that. Yeah, they tore up their own community. So now y'all tearing up Teslas, but now why would y'all tear up the thing that y'all say is saving the environment? Don't make sense to me. This is where you got to understand something is that there's something mentally off with these people. This is the reason why I go in on the Democratic Party with all forces, because they're off. They are totally off the rockers. And their biggest thing is they always trying to race bait. They always trying to make everything racist. They do it over and over and over and over again. And then they so good at it that what's up? What's going on? How you? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. They so good at it that they got black people and mostly black, but Hispanic too, that are literally out here doing their bidding for them, and they don't get nothing in return. Here's my point. I will get called all types of names because I go against a lot of stuff that quote unquote supposed to be black. But y'all doing that for a party that has been taking advantage of y'all all these years and haven't given y'all nothing in return. So you can get mad at me, call me coon, sell out, all that stuff. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, why would I keep supporting a party that literally is involved in slavery? They were the ones that wanted to keep slavery, and y'all the ones that are doing their bidding for them. They're the ones. And everything that you do see coming out of the Democratic Party is still trying to introduce back slavery subtly. And I will go there with anybody that want to talk about it because I know what I'm talking about. Because in slavery, they didn't want black people to populate. That's why they're gonna off a few of them. But instead of them doing it through slavery and hanging and killing, you know what they're doing? They want you to self-do it. Do it yourself by keeping you bankrupt and making sure you abort that baby as much as possible. That's the Democratic Party. That's why I go in on them. And they will do everything they can do to keep you bankrupt. Oh, no, we're going to give you government assistance. Why? To keep you bankrupt. To make sure that you don't go no further than where you at right now. They haven't offered the black community anything in over the 50 years that they've been in charge of the black community. But yet they will still do it. I mean, here's the thing. The minute you go against that, oh, we always been Democrat. You a sellout. You this. I'm like, all right, whatever. Call me what you want. You're going to lose your black card. I never wanted it. I can't take that black card and buy anything with it. So why would I want it? You're not making sense. That if it ain't a Visa, MasterCard, or American Express, why would I want that? What's up, word up? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in. Please hit that like button, please. The thing is, most people know what I'm saying is true, but they just refuse to stand. They refuse to stand against it because they're afraid of what they're going to deal with on the other side. But the minute you get over caring about what people think, your life get better. Real talk. The minute you get tired of caring about what people think, things get better for you. When you stand on what's right, things gonna get better for you. And I'm not saying instantly, but it will. When you get out of skin color and worrying about all that, because here's the thing, the people that talk that stuff, Al Sharpton, get paid by white people. Roland Martin, getting paid by white people. But to tell black people the bull crap they telling them. And that's real talk. But yet you'll keep standing there. And if you go through the United States of America, and like I'm going to keep hammering this one, and just look at where they run. Look at where the Democratic Party run. Look at the streets, the crime, everything around them, the dirt all over the street, trash, everything. Because they don't want you to raise your standard of life. They want you to stay under the thumb of them so that way they can guarantee you're going to always vote, because if you don't vote for them, you're going to lose your welfare. If you don't vote for them, you're going to lose your housing. If you don't vote for them, you're going to lose your public assistance. You're going to lose everything if you don't vote for them. Meanwhile, all of this great stuff that's out here, you missing out on because you still worrying about what they're going to give you. That's the mentality to keep you lazy. Appreciate it very, very much. I appreciate it. That's the mentality to keep you lazy. That's it. And I'm going to tell you how good they're so good at it. I want to ask the people that's on my live right now. I want to ask y'all a question, right? And I want y'all to put this in the chat. Name me another group of people in America, a different group of people outside of black people, that people say, oh, we need to help them. Other than black people. My point is, you never hear them say, oh, we need to help the Hispanic community. We need to help. The only community out here that always seem to need to help is the black community. You don't never hear them say, oh, we need to do something to help the white community. Oh, we need to do something to help the Asian community. We need to give them some type of hand up. You don't see that with no other group but us. Even the Jews did it on their own. The Jews don't need our help. You don't see no program out there specifically to help the Jews up other than maybe some laws to protect them from bullcrap. Well, I'm talking about needing a help up. That's what I'm talking about. Out the pit. I mean, like needing a help up. I'm not saying that 100% it doesn't happen, but by and large, it is the black community that always seem to want to be the ones that need the help. By and large, is the point that I'm making. Is this the black community? Oh, I want to help the black community. I want to help the black community. I want to help. When we going to get tired of that? Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of black people out there right now doing amazing stuff. They're not waiting for the government to give them nothing. They're not waiting for them to look out for nothing. Yes, right. That's what my point that I mean. They're not waiting for the government to give them something. They're not waiting for nothing, them to hand them nothing. And I'm talking about there are black people out there that are doing this stuff. But I guarantee you that when you start to look at what they're doing and how they're doing it, most of the time they got away from that stuff. Most of the time when you see black people getting their stuff together, they get away from that stuff. They change their mentality. And then all of a sudden they see progression. As far as they get away, all of a sudden. And listen, but here's the thing you got to pay attention to. A lot of them will still promote try to encourage you to stay there because they don't want you to come around them. And I ain't got no beef with LeBron. I ain't got no beef with none of these other people. But a lot of them will continue to tell you to vote a certain way to make sure you don't get to live where they live. I wasn't arguing with you out the pit. I was just trying to make a point because I wanted to make sure that I was being clear on what I'm saying. That's all it was. It wasn't no argument. I wanted to be clear on what I was saying. And I'm not saying I got any beef with, like, what's the basketball player? Steph Curry, right? There was a moment where they was getting ready to open up some public housing near where he lived, and he protested against it. Now, this is the same person that keep talking about, oh, black people need help with this, black people need help with that. But the minute they was getting ready to put housing around where he lived, he had a problem with it. And this is what I keep saying about it. They'll tell you to vote that way to make sure you stay there, but they don't do it. They make sure that they living good. But they want you to just stay under that thumb of the Democratic Party to guarantee that you will always vote for them. Because if you don't vote for them, you're going to lose everything that they so-called giving you. And they ain't giving you nothing. What they're really trying to do is to keep you devastated so you'll always vote for them. Because if that little bit that you have, if you don't vote for them, you're going to lose that too. That's the threat that they use. That don't mean you're going to lose it. That's just the threat that they use. But here's and like I said, it's no beef to them. But my thing is this: for all of those type of people that got all of this bread and this money, and they keep talking about the black community, I can guarantee you this: if they put together, let's just say 20% of their wealth, 20%, right, and use that money, the 20% of the wealth that they have, to go in the very neighborhoods that they keep talking about, right? Look for some solid individuals that's trying to progress in life and give them a little bit of edge up. Not the bull crap, the criminals and the thieves and all that. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about some good-minded people. Young, maybe old, I don't know. That's trying to do, but just need that little bit of edge. They can help progress it even further if they was really, really interested. The other thing is to make sure that you're teaching them more about economics. The biggest thing that I think that's lacking amongst the black and Hispanic community is economic education. I ain't gonna lie. That's to me, that's one of the biggest things that we lack. Because by and large, we're taught to be consumers. Not investors, consumers. And that's what ends up happening. We're taught to go buy the Jordans, not to go buy Nike, the company. Not to invest in Nike, but to go buy the Jordans. Am I right? But when Michael Jordan was offered money from Nike as an endorsement, guess what the biggest thing Michael Jordan did? He took the stock options. He was like, all right, give me some of the money, but he took the stock options. Why? Because he knew down the road that he would become way more wealthier if he did it that way. Smartest move he could have made. Same thing right now with Allen Iverson. Took stock options. But yet, these same people know all of this stuff. And I'm not saying anything bad about Jordan or any one of these basketball players. But my point is, economically, it's the biggest thing that's lacking amongst the black community. Because we will go buy the most expensive stuff and go broke doing it. Don't even care. We will go buy the most expensive stuff and go broke doing it. Here's my point. We would go run up every credit card, right? We go run up MasterCard, we run up Visas, all that stuff, right? But we won't go invest money in MasterCard stock or Visa stock. Make it make sense. Now, these very same companies pay out some type of form of dividend, right? But we will trust the card to spend the money, but we don't trust the company to make the money off the company. And this is my point that I keep making. And believe me when I tell you, I'm giving you a whole lot right now. If you on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. But right now, this is stuff that sometimes I talk to people cut close. And I'm not telling you people what to do with their money. I'm making a point. And I'm making a point because a lot of times with our community, we take the wrong type of risk. We would go play the lottery every single day. knowing good and well we ain't gonna never hit. And even when we do hit, we only got a little bit of money from the money that we put out there the whole time. But we won't go invest in these companies that are in America or around the world and make some type of money off of it to better build our wealth. You get what I'm saying? Like, here's my point. In the city of Philadelphia, we have PECO, which is a Philip Morris company, right? Exelon company. Now, PECO Energy pays out a dividend based on the shares that you own, which is, let me say, I think it's about 10 cents a share, and they stock right now is about $35 a share, right? But there was one point where it was down to like 20 something dollars. So if somebody had roughly about $50,000 and they were just to be able to buy that company stock, they would have gotten enough money to cover their electric bill from the very same company every single month. Hear what I'm saying? If they would have $50,000 and they put that in that very same company, they would have got enough money to cover their electric bill every single month. The same thing with some of these water supply companies. And I'm trying to tell you what these utility companies, everybody's always complaining about how high their utility bills are, right? How many people here pay electric, gas, water, stuff like that? If you're on this live, just put it on and say, I do. If you're on this live, just say, I do. And that's it. Now, if you do that, and let's say that's a publicly traded company, you can continue to invest in these utility companies that are publicly traded to offset your cost of living as it relates to your bills. This is the reason why people that got money, if they smart with their money, you almost can't go broke in America. If you got enough of it and you do the right thing, you can't go broke. But if you don't, and you don't do anything, you're going to stay behind the 8 ball. Inflation is going to eat your money up. It's going to chew it up, eat it up, swallow it up. It's going to be gone in no time. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even know why I'm going this direction. I actually had something else I wanted to talk about, but I'm here, and this is where I'm going to go. But real talk. But I'm here, and this is where I'm going to go, and I guess I'm going to stay on this subject. But this is the things that I keep talking about as it relates to the black community. And I'm not saying we all bad. We're doing a lot of amazing things, doing a lot of good stuff. But I just want us to abandon that part. That reliant on the government part, because that is the mistake that we keep making, is we keep relying on them for stuff that we should not be relying on them for. Because what they're going to do is they're going to put a cap on it and say, okay, we'll give you this, but you can't make that. We'll give you this, but you can't make that. We'll help you with this, but you can't make past this. They're capping your lifestyle. They're putting on a cap what you're capable to do. Department of Education, yeah, they should lay them off. All of them should be laid off. You see the level of education that's coming out of the system right now? I'm sorry. Until the Department of Education start producing good stuff, good educated kids, and I'm not blaming it all on them, but why would we keep spending money in the Department of Education when we getting kids that can barely read, can barely do math, can barely write? But I tell you what they can do. They know how to dance and they know how to entertain. But as soon as they get out here in the real world and have to compete in the real world, they're going to be stuck because they're not going to know how to do nothing. And they're just going to be another people that's filtered in the system and not able to compete with everybody else, with the good side, because they wasn't educated on how to build wealth or how to build their life or just to do simple basic stuff. And it's sad to say it, but it's getting worse. It's getting worse. And someone should raise the standard and make sure that this is what we're going to be doing. This is what they have to do. And this is the standard that you have to be to get this funding. Otherwise, you should not we should not be investing in making a bad investment in our educational system when all we're not producing really good educated people. And that's just my thought on it. I mean, they ain't got to agree with me, but that's just my take on it. But like I said, if you want to make money in America, You got to start thinking differently. You got to do differently. And that's why I say for the Black and Hispanic community, we need to by far get away from the Democratic Party. That mentality has an extreme negative effect on our community. And I hate this. I really hate to keep beating this horse, but I got to. I got to stay on this subject because I want most Black people to get away from them. I wish all of them do. And this is not about you turning Republican. This has nothing to do with that. This is abandoning the Democratic Party. Seek other sources, other ways. Because they're the ones been taking advantage all this time. All this time. They're obtaining a whole lot of wealth on the backs of the Black and Hispanic people, and nothing is coming in return. Can Trump do his job? I mean, when you say can Trump do his job, you mean like the head of the Department of Education or just Trump doing his job as president? Make him clear that up for me. Because as it relates to Trump doing his job, I'm impressed. I know they're not, I don't know how much, but they talking about egg prices already dropped. But I personally think the reason why the egg prices are coming down is because Trump is he's deregulating a lot of stuff. Like he's getting rid of a lot of these unnecessary regulations that's costing these companies ridiculous amounts of money to try to get around and try to accomplish and stuff, and it's unnecessary. So therefore, who ends up flipping the bill is the taxpayers, because companies they're not in business to lose money. They're in business to make money. So if I'm taxing, if I'm regulating these businesses and they're costing them more than just provide you with the products that they're trying to provide, and they're paying these unnecessary regulations, what end up happening? It hits the consumer. So, and the Biden administration was coming after these farmers like crazy. I can't understand why they hated this country so much. The Biden administration hated America. Like they had a vengeance out on America. And I know a lot of people don't think that this is true, but I'm telling you, they hate this country. The Biden administration, the people that was in his administration, hated this country. They were doing everything they can do to try to destroy this country. They were trying to bankrupt America. Well, they can stay bent out of shape because all they doing is keep exposing themselves. I like it when they get bent out of shape. But you're right, they do. Every time he accomplishes something, they get bent out of shape. But they don't realize that Trump is playing chess while they're playing checkers. He already know that they're going to have the same reaction to everything he says or everything he does. And then what ends up happening, they get something and they run with it, and then they turn around and look like idiots down the road. Because instead of them sitting back, watching it play out and telling the truth when it's time to tell the truth, nope, they're going to try to blow it up and make it into something. It's the same strategy. They'll take something small, try to blow it into something big, and then turn around and look like idiots. So you guys lied again. Y'all can't help but lie. I've yet to see them tell the truth about anything. They can't do nothing but lie. Lie, steal, and that's it. And technically, to me, kill too. That tells me y'all work for Satan. Because what y'all doing is in line, and y'all behavior is in line with Satan. Sometimes it's not so easily detected. But it's in line with Satan. Like the Bible says that Satan is more subtle than any beast of the field. Meaning that he's not easily detected. He's sly, slick, underhanded, not easily detected, crafty. Those are description of them. And this is what the Democratic Party is. That's how you know satanic behavior, when you see stuff like that and it's coming out of them. They trying to make it look slick, like they some type of humanitarian, but the problem is when it doesn't work, they get unhinged. And that's how you expose them. Because the minute it doesn't work and they face with truth, here's my point. When I'm trying to remember the story, but when Jesus walked up on those people that was possessed and he cast out the demons, but the demons was already rattled when he showed up. And they was like, oh, you're here to torment us before our time? And that's how you got to deal with when truth walks up on the scene. It's going to unrattle demonic spirits. That's why they so unhinged, because they filled with the devil. And maybe they know it, maybe they don't, maybe they okay with it, maybe they embrace it, I don't know. But that's why they so unhinged. Because the minute truth walks up, a truth being told, they lose it. That's why they out here still trying to spread more lies. And listen, there's only so many times you're going to lie to me before I just say, I don't care if you're telling the truth. At this point, I don't care what your credibility is so shot, it doesn't matter. What's up, Chris For Real? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very, very much. And this is what happens. This is what happens. And we are dealing with a group of people that is unhinged. That is extremely unhinged. And it's sad. But it's all good. It's all good. We are in the process of making America great. And I'm glad we're doing it the way we're doing it. I'm not saying that, somebody asked me, do I agree with Trump with everything? And I'm like, no, of course I don't. But I'm not going to sit there and dwell on the things that I disagree with, as opposed to highlight the things that I do. Like, my stance on abortion is different than Trump's stance on abortion. But he's trying to appeal to a larger base. It is what it is. I'm against abortion. He's not totally against it. So that's something that we don't agree on. Our stance are slightly different. Well, I'm going to say a little more than slightly. I don't care. Democrats can be mad at anything they want. Until they offer real solutions, nobody cares what the Democrats mad about. Because they have no solutions. What solutions are the Democratic Party offering? All they doing right now is running around complaining about Trump. What solutions do y'all have? They didn't have solutions. Good afternoon. God bless you. God bless you. Top to bottom here in Skin Nails. Appreciate you coming in. God bless you. God bless you. Yeah, I did get a chance to scroll through your website and just kind of look at some of the products that you have. I'm probably going to eventually ordering something, but I just haven't figured out what. But I definitely, for those that's on this live, top to bottom, Herring Skincare, she has a website, a web store. Y'all might want to check it out. I know from what I've seen, sells candles, hair products and stuff like that. And so I didn't get a chance to look through everything, but I did stroll through it. And I was looking at that. I think it's butterscotch. The candle was, I think it was like butterscotch scent or something like that. I didn't get a chance to go through it because I was, doing some other stuff too. But I think it was, help me out here, top to bottom. I think it was like a candle had like a butterscotch scent. Am I saying that right? But yeah, if you on this live, please check out her channel. I mean, her not only just her channel, but she actually has a website when she sells like soaps and stuff like that. But and I was watching her video earlier, whatever. But yeah, just check her out. Give her a shout out. Check her product out. Help her to grow. That's all I can say. Help her to grow. Help her get some business out there. But I definitely gonna keep looking through there and see if I can find something I want personally. And I also, a couple of people that I know, I sent them your website and your YouTube page. Hopefully, at some point, you get some business out of that too. And anytime you come on this live, I'll definitely mention it if I can. But God bless you. God bless you. Welcome in. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And let me know when you go live if you can. I know you said Sunday, but hopefully in the time, I can catch it at the time that you open. Sunday is actually not a bad time for me too. But yeah, when you on your live, I want to check it out while you on your live too. But yeah, give her a shout out if y'all can. Check her page out. Check her website out. But yeah, Chris For Real, as you were saying about the misgendering somebody. Listen, male and female. That's it. How you doing, sir? How you doing, ma'am? If that offends you, then be offended. That's real talk. If that offends you, then be offended. And that's it. You know, like it's like me getting offended because somebody mispronounced my name. Like now, like really, seriously. That's how petty this is how immature and petty and off the hinge that they are. And that's real talk. Man. And how's everybody on the live is doing? Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. How y'all doing today? But the other thing is I'm still looking into Act Blue. And I'm waiting to see what all comes out. I don't know if y'all know about Act Blue and what's going on, but it's basically a thing for the Democratic Party when they was donate. That's how they was donating. Basically. But yeah, I feel you. But yeah, Act Blue is basically the Democratic Party was using that as a means of as a website for people to do donations. But basically, they was it turns out that in my opinion, I just think it was a money laundering scheme. And when that one guy in the video, I clipped the short out of it. When that one guy in the video went to the lady's house and basically asked her, did she donate $18,000 through Act Blue? She was like, no, I never donated that much money. And it was like, if she would have did it, she would have had to do it like 3 or 4 times a day for like a whole long period of time. But this is what the Democratic Party has been doing for a long time. This is not new. This is why they got all that wealth they got. They'll send this money over to some other stupid country and for some fake behind whatever it is that they say it's for. And then all of a sudden they funding went back through that. And they were scamming American citizens out of their tax dollars. And the more they dig into it, it's going to hit the fan. And it's going to be another way of, listen, the Democratic Party is falling apart altogether. Like, I don't even know if anybody paying attention to it, but they really are falling apart. If you look at the Democratic Party as it stands today, they are falling. They have no clue. They have no answer. It's over. And to me, honestly, right now that is an answer to prayer, because once I seen that where that mentality shifted to, I wanted it gone. I wanted it totally gone. I want the Democratic Party totally gone. It's not so much them; it's the mentality that they embraced. And I don't know when they did it, but I want it gone. You're right. You know what? Out the pit, you're more correct than I am. You're right. They cooked. They cooked. They are. You're right. They cooked. Because and they just turned it into more of an embarrassment, and then more of an embarrassment to sit there and watch. Like at some point, you just look and say, "Oh man, like really?" You know what I'm saying? Like it's just total embarrassment now. It's like y'all done. Just go pack it up and just go live your life. It's it, done, over with. Y'all have nothing to come back with. And honestly, y'all need to go. Honestly, y'all need to go. Yes, they do. They look goofy. They look real goofy. All they doing, and you know how they look. All right, you know how you have. Let's say I'm gonna use. Let's say you at a barbecue, like you have like a family union, a barbecue, and everybody getting together and all your family members, and you got. I'm just gonna use an uncle, right? And you know you got your uncle that was like, he was that boy back in the day, but now he's 70 years old. And he's like, yeah, I still got it, y'all young man, you know what I'm saying? And everybody, they like, ha, 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 he, but then they looking at him like, bro, like, it's going, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not that embarrassing, But it's worse. It's more embarrassing. That video, that TikTok video they did. Oh man, that you know what they look like. All right, imagine me at my age trying to be out there breakdancing. Now, when I was a young boy, I used to know how to breakdance. I'm in my 50s right now. There's no way in the world I'm going to get down on the ground and try to do some windmills. I will win, and the first windmill, my legs have been snapped off my body probably. I don't know. But there's some things you just, when you cook, you cook. Yeah, I was trying to catch up on that because I think they are, they are, you know what? All right, here's the thing. The sad part about what we're watching is that if you're black and you're watching these black politicians, they're doing it to the very same, their own people. That's the hardest part to watch. These are the same people that's doing it to their people. If Stacey Abrams had access to $2 billion, right? Even though it was $20 billion, but let's just go with the $2 billion, right? Why didn't none of that help the black community? Black Lives Matter came across over $60 million. Why none of that helped the black community? What was that? The girl that was in Dalton County. She was over there taking from her own people. Tiffany Henyard. Taking from her own people. Look at Chicago, Brandon Johnson. Dog just doing more for illegal immigrants than in fighting for illegal immigrants, but not for the citizens that voted them in. These are the same people that they say, oh, I'm looking out for black and brown. How? It's the black and brown people that voted you in, but now it's the black and brown people that's trying to flip Chicago red because of you. Because you getting all this money from these people these illegals that are coming over here, and y'all funneling the money back to yourself. Make it make sense. And these are the saddest part about this is that it's the very same people that matches a lot of our skin color and say they're for us, but in the meantime, they're taking everything for themselves. And they're not even sharing it with the people they say they serve. And that's sad. That is the biggest sad point. Like, y'all couldn't do the Robin Hood game? Rob from the rich and give to the poor? You just gonna rob the rich or rob the poor, rob everybody, and keep it all to yourself. And then y'all mad at Trump for exposing y'all. And y'all want to get unhinged because he exposed. First of all, like I always say, if you're not doing nothing wrong, you ain't gonna be mad. I've been through audits. I worked at jobs that had audits. So I know when I see that reaction, I know what that means. That means you ain't doing something right. Because if you go through an audit and your ducks and all your paperwork and your ducks and everything is in order, you don't panic. And I'm not saying you're going to have a perfect audit, meaning that you know you're not doing nothing wrong. It might be something you miss, but it ain't nothing wrong. Like you're doing no criminal type of stuff. But when you see people doing criminal stuff, you can always check. Once you look at the behavior, say, oh, yeah, they doing something slimy. They trying to cover their behind. And that's what you see in the Democratic Party. They don't want Elon Musk. They didn't want Elon Musk to get that information because they already know they're going to get exposed. And it's not like they got some regular type of person to go in and say, oh, look, they got tech people that know what they're looking at when they look at it. Elon Musk and the people that he have working for him, these people know what they're looking at and know what to look for, and they know how to go get it when they look for it. These are geeks. They're not just everyday people that just know how to point and click. They write programs. They do coding and all that other stuff. You can't really hide much from somebody like that. So it's different for an average person. You could probably hide it from. But for somebody that knows this stuff down, the intricate parts, you can't hide that from them. That's what they're afraid of. Because they know once they get in there, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. It's a wrap. And I'm say what you want to say. I'm glad to see them get dismantled. I'm glad to see them falling apart. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, I'm not saying we don't need another group of party that comes against the Republican. That's not what I'm saying, because I think you need something there to keep the Republican Party honest as possible. Because if no one's there to check, and we don't have no checks and balances in this, they can go rogue too. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not saying we don't need nothing, but I want that mentality in the Democratic Party going. And if it gets destroyed enough, they're going to say, okay, we need to let this thing go far away and go back to common sense policies. And then it becomes more competitive. But right now, I don't want none of that. Keep that out of there. Because y'all lost it. Y'all evil and y'all corrupt. And all y'all want to do is steal for yourself. That's it. All they want to do is steal for themselves. That's it. They're not looking out for the people. And with the policies that Trump put into place, it's going to take time to see the actual results of that. It's going to take time. Now, I don't know if anybody pays attention to the Doge clock. I go in and I look at it every once in a while, and it's creeping up on $200 billion in so-called savings. You know what? Out the pitch, you might be right about that one. I think my brothers are independent. I think my brother's independent, but you might be right about that. But I think we should, and I think that will be a better way to go, is to establish that the independent would be more of an establishment against the Republican Party as opposed to having the mentality of the Democratic. But I'll be glad when we need to pay. Congress needs to have term limits on both sides. I just feel like they need to have term limits. I don't think that these people should be career politicians, because to me, a lot of times they might go in there with the right mentality, but it's so much. It's so much. What do you call it? It's so much corruption going in there that they end up just falling in line with the corruption as opposed to fighting against it. So for me, I just think we need to reestablish term limits for Congress, so that because after a while you just become corrupt and you start acting like you're rulers and kings. Same thing with the presidents. Yeah, I think so. I think you might be right about that. I can go with that one with you. They might just switch over to independence, but don't change. My thing is the mentality has to go away. That's where we had a problem at, really. You can call it Democrat. You can call them what I call Democrats. You can call them, Jack of Spades. The name you call them is not so much important as the mentality of the behavior that they have. That's what I want to get rid of. If they get back to common sense and get back to what matters, America first, then we can have more of a competitive race. But if y'all going to keep playing it, saying this, it's okay for men to go into women's sports, and all of this, stuff that is like just don't even make common sense. Even if you don't look at it from a godly religious perspective, it's still common sense. It's nature, like natural nature stuff. Men should not be competing with women. If that was the case, we wouldn't have never had women's sports. It'll just be sports. Just common sense stuff. If that was the case, we would not have women's and men's bathroom. It'll just be bathroom. That's why we established the separations, because we realize they need their own space. We need our own space. And for a party to say that they for the women's rights, how are you for women's rights when you're putting women in harm's way? Everything the Democratic Party was doing in the 4 years was putting women in harm's way. Nothing that they did was to protect and save women from being injured or destroyed or hurt or robbed or stolen, raped, all that stuff. Everything that they was doing was putting women in harm's way. Opening up the border and letting all of these people come in here. And if you looked at it, 80% of them was fighting age men. You didn't see a whole lot of women. You seen men coming across that border. 20-year-old military age fighting men. And then you wonder why the American citizens and the women and the kids around here was getting raped and molested. It's bad enough that America has its own criminal element. Now you're going to invite more. How does that make sense? How does that even make sense? But that's the Democratic Party for you. They work for Satan, and that's what they were doing. They were trying to destroy America, and they did not care about American citizens whatsoever. You know what they wanted to do? They just wanted to cause more destruction to American citizens. And my thing is this, is that, yeah, we have our own problems. And you're going to bring these, how do you not scrutinize somebody coming in your country? You just, oh yeah, come on in. Yeah, you too. And then giving them places to stay. Oh, you get like Oprah Winfrey, you get a place to stay. You get a place to stay. All illegal immigrants get a place to stay. We love criminals. We love all the illegal criminals. Oh, well, they undocumented. No, they criminals. They broke the law to get here. They are criminals. I don't care if y'all can't redefine what a criminal is in America because y'all wanted to fit y'all narrative. No, they are criminals. Oh, we come on into America. Oh, you kill somebody in your country. Oh, we want you to. You murder somebody in your country. Yeah, come on over here and kill some of our people for us. This is what they're doing. This is what they were doing. When you do, it's like being a man in your home, right? You got wife, you got kids, and let's say you on your way home, you stop a few places, and you run across a murder, and you run across a rapist, and you say, how y'all doing? Oh, we doing all right. We looking for somebody to kill, and we looking for somebody to rape. And you say, you know what? Come to my house. I got a wife and kid in there. See how weird that is? It's the same thing. It does not change because it's the border. It's our home. You letting them in. That's weird. You got to hate the place. You would have to hate your family to be that type of person. You would have to hate your family. As a man, you would say, you know what? I want somebody to kill my kids and kill my wife. That's the only logical sense of that. Why would you invite a criminal and a murder in your home? You must want your people, them to get killed. So you got to look at the border the same way. Why would you just let any type body come over your border unless you want the people there to be murdered and killed? That's it. I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, they under. No. You not even checking these people. And then you're going to fight for them. You're going to take our money and fund murderers and killers to kill us. How does that make sense? How does any of that make sense? You're going to take taxpaying people money, the people over here working their behind on, busting their behind trying to make a living. Not only did you drive up the cost of living, you're going to take the taxes that they pay, and you're going to pay for criminals and thieves and stuff to come over into the country to terrorize the people that voted you in. Because I'm going to tell you, they terrorizing the people that voted you in because you put them in the communities of the people that voted you in. Yes. Yes, you're right. They did. That's out the pit. That's a great way to explain it. You have better security. He said you got better security at a nightclub than we had at the border. That's sad. Because even at the, I guess it kind of works the same because even at a nightclub, they're not going to just let anybody in there. Now, the females, they might say, okay, you look good. You know, you can go ahead in there. You know what I mean? But they're not going to let anybody in there. They're going to search you, check you, you know. And even while you're there, they're going to still monitor what you're doing. Make sure nothing pop off. They let them over here and say, all right, see you later. Go ahead about your business. Y'all not monitoring them. You're not keeping. Oh, my goodness. It just. I can't believe that we was dealing with that for 4 years. 4 years. Hey, Gabriel, how you doing? Gabriel? Am I saying that right? Yeah, Gabriel. God bless you. God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. But yeah, this is how evil and corrupt they were for the last 4 years. By letting these people just flood into this country. They're not checking nobody. By the millions. Also, they can come over here and terrorize America. And then and here's the thing. They're not even trying to act like they did something wrong. They doubling down on it even right now because they're still trying to protect the illegal immigrants. AOC, the Democratic Party, Brandon Johnson, and all of these sanctuary cities are still trying, except for Eric Adams. He flipped the script. But a lot of these Democratic politicians, governors and stuff, are still trying to fight for the legal immigrants who did not vote for them. And the people that did vote for them, you have to be a moron. You have to be an idiot to not have a problem with them doing more for people that could not vote for them than they are for the people that voted for them. Because you're not staying in no fancy hotels. You're not getting, $5,000 on credit card on a card and stuff. Oh, cool. Hopefully, God bless you. Hopefully that works out, and hopefully you get in. I remember you was telling me, it's been a while since we seen you, but I remember you were saying you was about to go into the military. Now I know exactly who you are. But God bless you. God bless you. Hopefully that works out. Hopefully, I pray for you that you get in, that all goes well, and keep us updated. Appreciate you. Real talk. And we pray you safe while you in there. But yeah, back to what I was saying about that. So why would anybody, regardless of whether you voted Republican, voted Democrat, why would anybody be okay with that? Why? And my thing is this: if you're a Democratic voter and you voted for these politicians, you should be more pissed because they was dumping them in your neighborhood and taking away your resources. And leaving you to the criminals. Listen, these people were committing crimes and getting back out. Let an American citizens do a crime, the same crime, they'll be still sitting up in jail. Going dragged through court, dragged through all this stuff. This is why they wanted them to come into this country and terrorize America and do destruction in America, because the minute they was locking them up, they were letting them back out. No, we want you to go out there and tear up some more. To the very same people that they say they let them out on the street to their voters. Because, in the Republican neighborhoods, they wasn't going to stand for that. You already know they're not going to stand for that. But in the Democrat neighborhood, they was inviting them in and welcoming them in, giving them all your resources, giving them all the money from your community. And then when they get locked up, they were letting them back out on the street anyway. They did not care. They wanted to destroy America. And they saying, Trump don't know what he's talking about. Trump knew exactly what he was talking about. They wanted to destroy America. The Democratic Party hates this country. And they've been teaching hate the whole time. That's why they was doing what they was doing. They did not care what American citizen they hurt, killed, robbed, destroyed, nothing. Yeah, I seen that out the bit that she got a podcast with her brother. Yeah, her and her brother got a podcast. Yeah, that should be funny. Oh, man, I'm going to leave that alone, man. Just so y'all understand, sometimes when somebody says something, there's a comical part of my brain that I always have to turn off because in my mind, when he said that when I read Michelle Obama and her brother was getting ready to do a podcast, in my mind, I was like, oh, I thought the podcast was going to be these two men or a new episode of 2.5 Men. Or something in that nature, but I'm sorry, but that's just where my head went because they be calling her they call her Big Mike, and I don't know what her brother's name was. I'm like, okay, they're gonna be like the Candy Mike and Ike. I don't know. So that's where my mind went at. I was just like, all right, I gotta chill out. I gotta behave myself because sometimes you 1.5 Man. And then the podcast is supposed to be about various things and stuff like that. But one part they was talking about the dating scene, like they supposed to be having some podcast about going back into the dating world, right? Like, oh man, it's hilarious. I might have to watch a few just to get some laughs out of it. You know what I mean? Like, just to get some laugh out of it, I might have to watch a few just to see where this goes at because I'm like, wow, a podcast that should be hilarious. I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna probably watch it just so I can have some entertainment myself. Just like, I don't know. I mean, I guess they have some influence, and I guess they probably have a pretty good audience or whatever. Because a lot of women like Big Mike. Howard, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? God bless you. God bless you. Welcome, man. I mean, a lot of people like Big Mike, so let me start calling him Big Mike. Yeah, you're definitely right. Out the Pit. If anybody on this live, please, I meant to tell y'all, please, Out the Pit got a podcast too on my live. If you get a chance, please go check out his channel. Support the brother, help him, grow his channel, whatever case may be. But yeah, everybody wants to do podcasts. I get it. You're right. But, my thing is why? Why? But she gonna have to do the podcast where it just show like her head, like right here or whatever. Because if it show like her legs and stuff, people gonna notice her body parts. Oh, we talk about Michelle Obama is supposed to be starting a podcast with her brother. So I think the podcast is gonna be two brothers from another mother. All right, let me get over this subject. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna leave her. I'm gonna leave him alone. Whatever. I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, she's supposed to be starting a podcast. I don't know. I forget what the name of it's supposed to be, but I know she's supposed to be starting one. She's supposed to be starting one with her brother, and I'm like, why? I mean, your first thought would be, well, why wouldn't you do one? Right. I'm like, my first thought, why wouldn't you do one with your husband? Like, if you're going to do a podcast, why are you doing a podcast with your brother and not the husband? The brothers. Oh, man. Well, why wouldn't you do one with your husband? Like, I mean, I know there's rumors floating around that there's a whole lot of issues between them. There's some issues between them as far as they might be getting a divorce or whatever the case may be. But, like, if you're going to do a podcast, why wouldn't you do it with, why wouldn't the podcast be the Obamas? You know what I mean? The Day in the Life with the Obamas. I mean, like, or something like that. Like, like I would have went a different direction. Like I would have went into, I would have said like, you know what I mean? Like why you couldn't make them like keeping up with the Obamas or something like that? I don't know. Like you and him and your brother, like who is your brother? Like nobody know who her brother is. I ain't even know she had a brother or he had a brother or they were brothers. I don't know. Like I didn't even know, honestly. I mean, I don't. I mean, I didn't even know she had a big brother. Did anybody else know that? I didn't know she had a brother. Honestly, I really didn't. I mean, I thought she was the only son of the. I thought she was the only son. I thought she was the only boy in the family. But I don't know. I didn't know she had a brother. I really didn't. But why wouldn't you do the podcast with your husband? You know what I mean? Don't y'all agree? Like, wouldn't y'all do it? If you're going to do it, wouldn't you do a podcast? Like, why wouldn't you do it with your husband? The mom and wife. Oh, man. Yeah, if you're on the line, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Yeah, we out here tripping right now. We out here tripping. We were supposed to. This live is supposed to be serious. They probably can't stand each other. Yeah, you're right. They probably can't. Or maybe one of them got tired of being bent. Never mind. Like, could you imagine that? Because like, let's just say it really is Big Mike, who's actually Big Mike. They are delusional. But I'm just saying, let's just say Big Mike. Big Mike is really, really Big Mike. Maybe Obama tired of that. And it might be too much for him. I don't know. I'm just saying. It might be too much for him. He probably like, I can't take no more. But it's sad because it's sad because why wouldn't you be able to do it? Like y'all been married, y'all was the face of the country for a while. Like why all of a sudden do a podcast with your brother though? I mean, y'all had a big moment. Y'all was, the face of the country for 8 years. Y'all couldn't do no wrong. Like, really. And then all of a sudden you do a podcast with your brother? You picked your brother over your husband? Like, make it make sense. So it just tells me that the rumors of y'all possibly getting divorced seem more legitimate when you see something like that. Which I don't want to see anybody get divorced, but if Mike is really Big Mike, and Michelle is really Big Mike, then y'all need to separate anyway because it ain't right. I mean, you need to go get you a woman, and he needs to go get him. He needs to go get both of y'all need to go get your own woman. Oh, see how confusing that is? I couldn't even get it right. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel sorry for him. There was reports that they were seeing Obama in different places in the bars and stuff by himself. And she didn't show up to the inauguration. She didn't show up to other stuff. So, I mean, a lot of the writing is on the wall and there's an issue between them two. Who knows? I mean, maybe they got into a big fight and Big Mike won. Big Mike probably knocked Obama out and he was like, no, I ain't doing this no more. You too big for me. I want a divorce. What kind of man want to be beat up by his own woman? That ain't a woman. I need to stop. I need to get off that. But Ah, man. But that's crazy. But that's why would they like why wouldn't you do it with your own husband? Like real talk. How did you get to the point where you're doing it with your brother? Out the pit, you trying to get me in trouble, man. You trying to get me in trouble. Believe me, I tell you. You trying to get me in trouble. Yeah, man. You got a whole hour ride, man. You know, God bless you. Be safe out there, brother. But yeah, why would you not do that with your own husband? Like, what? Don't that make sense to y'all? When you don't, I mean, if you got that type of relationship, that public relationship like that, don't it make sense to do it with your mate? Like y'all, you know, you was a man. This is complicated. You was the first. He was the president, and you was supposedly the first lady, gentleman. I don't. How does that work? I don't know. I'm confused. I'll be honest with you. Before I used to be like, man, you know, it might not be. Here's the thing. If somebody tells me this is a rule with me, I don't even know if y'all know this or not, but I've said this in the videos a while back. This is a rule with me. If let's say me and my homie hanging out, right? And we chill, you know, we out, whatever. And let's say we both see a female, like, oh man, she look nice. Now, I ain't got to be one home. I'm just saying, somebody say, man, you know, it might be a dude. Like, immediately, with me, it's a dude. I don't care what nobody say. You right. Listen, I don't care what nobody say. The minute dude comes out of somebody's mouth, and they could be totally lying about it, in my head, it's a dude. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to debate it with you. I'm not going to say you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, you got it. That's it. I'm not even like, and like people that know me, they're like, nope, you got it. You can talk to it. I don't care. You said it was a dude. I'm going to go with what you said. I'm not going to debate it, argue with me, nothing. No, it's too many women out there for me to try to figure out whether it's legitimate or not. The minute somebody says it, even if I think it, at that point, it is. It's a dude. I don't care. That's just my rule of thumb. That's number one, my rule of thumb. The only way you're going to convince me different is if I'm in the hospital and I'm watching a baby come out. That's about the only way you're going to get me out of that thought pattern. Otherwise, it's a dude. I ain't going to argue with you with it. I ain't going to debate it with you. So when somebody said to me, Big Mike, I'm not going to debate that. Because in my mind, you're a dude. And I could be wrong. But that's one thing that I don't care if I'm wrong. I want to be, listen, I don't care. I'm going to stay wrong until I get 100% proof right. And I ain't going to try to figure it out. I'm not even going to try to prove anything. I'm going to stick to, okay, I'll just be wrong. So if somebody, right, listen, I am not trying to figure out. So as soon as they say, oh, that's Big Mike, okay, that's Big Mike. And now don't get me wrong, I'm not interested in no way, shape, or form. But that's just a rule of thumb with me when I be out with my friends. When I, you know, like if you single and you hang out with your buddies and y'all trying to maybe meet some women or y'all out somewhere and that subject comes up, at that point, I can't take that out of my head. I'm not trying to fix it. And here's the thing, I'm not even going to try to fix it. I'm not going to try to figure it out. I'm not going to do no investigations. I ain't doing none of that. At that point, I'm sorry. You might be a bona fide woman, but in my head, you're a man because somebody said you was a man, and I'm done. You know what I mean? I've seen it. So, in my mind, it's Big Mike. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. There were some moments where you see some product hanging in the middle, between the legs, that should not be there. You know, and, you know, so that... you seen it. Like when she was on the Ellen show and she stood up or he stood up, it was a print. And that's where everybody saw it. And there's a couple of times where you seen a print. She didn't tuck it well, I guess. Right. If it's questionable, word up, you're 100. If it's questionable, it's a man. And who gonna be willing to find out? Because I ain't. Yeah. It was questionable. I think she was on Ellen shows a couple other times when I'm like, oh, yeah. That's why they start calling her Big Mike. Yeah. Ellen should wait, what's that? Hey, what's that? I know people that was on the Ellen show in the audience, and she stood up, they was like, everybody in the audience was like, whoa, like on Friday when Chris Tucker and Ice Cube was like, damn. I know the audience was probably, when she stood up, they was probably like, damn. What's up, Outlaw? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. We acting stupid right now. But I know that's how I imagine the audience when Big Mike stood up the first and that happened and they saw that. All in my mind saw was the whole audience seeing that, and they just like the movie Friday with Chris Tucker and Ice Cube, just is like kick back like that. Out the pit. I think you're missing some letters in there. You got most of them, but I think you're missing a few letters. Oh man, but yeah, she should have did like if you're gonna do a podcast to me, you should have been with your significant other. I think maybe that sounds better. Your significant other. That way we don't have to put male and female, male and male. Oh man. Man. Laura, how you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. But yeah, I don't get that one. That's hilarious. Yeah, you was missing a few letters, bro. But why wouldn't you do it with your husband? That's the part that don't make sense to me. Is that why wouldn't you? If you're gonna do a podcast, which I'll be honest with you, now it's out the pit is your fault because it's your fault and who else? Wait a minute, it's somebody else's fault too. Outlaw, I'm sorry. You got into an argument about oh man. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's funny. Yeah, I wish I'd have been there to see that argument. I probably wouldn't have helped none because I probably been cracking up laughing. Oh man. How's everything going with you, Outlaw? Don't let them talk to you like that. Yeah, they weird, man. They honestly speaking, they don't realize how much they need help. Like really, the real dead serious. They need help. They need help. That's just weird. Like I don't even know where y'all got that stuff from. Like I know they were doing a lot of that stuff in the schools and stuff, and they messed up a whole generation with that mess. We are. Most of us are Trumpers. We voted for Trump over here. Most of us. Now we got a few that probably came in that don't, but yeah, we all. Oh, okay. What's okay, outlaw? That's what's up, man. Be safe out there, bro. You know what I mean? God bless you, but be safe out there. Real talk. But yeah, we voted for Trump over here. Yeah. Laura, I'm trying to look at that picture. Is that a Smurf on your picture? I mean, it's real small, so I can't really tell. But I was looking at it because it reminded me of the cartoon Smurfette. The Smurfs. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but for some reason, and I can't really tell, but it's so small, that's what it looks like. What's going on out in Chicago, Outlaw? If you're still there. But yeah, man. So if you on this live and y'all planning on watching the Obamas? Yeah, it looks like Smurfette. Are y'all planning on watching Michael Obama podcast? Y'all gonna watch Big Mike's podcast? Yeah, I heard that too, Outlaw. I heard that too. I did. But but when you start looking at all the stuff that's taking place, they building another house. He building another house, I think in Maui, and it looks like they already seem like they live in separate lifestyles. So, look at that. Rosie O'Donnell went to Ireland. We are making America great again, but it's not. Oh, God. Ellen's coming back. Why? Stay where you at. And Outlaw, you know what? We was talking about that. Is that all of these people that keep talking about they were leaving the country. Obama messing with Jennifer Aniston. Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. I guess Obama got tired of taking it. Now he's trying to give it. Oh, man. He's like, man, I ain't trying to take it no more. I want to give it. It hurt when you take it that much. Big Mike don't know how to take it easy on me. No, I didn't get a chance to watch it. I got a whole lot of catching up on, man. With some stuff. Like I was digging into this Act Blue situation. I'm trying to get more information on that. Barack, he's in Barack playing in the snow. You're right. He probably is. I mean, they said. Yeah, man. I wish they all leave. I ain't gonna lie to you. All the ones that said they were leaving, they should leave. Yeah, he do. But honestly, I think all of those ones that kept talking about they were leaving, why are they still here? You know it. You know it. He did. He got it pushed. He's like, I gotta get away from this. I need time to heal. He's like, I need time to heal. I mean, I can't even hold it no more. As soon as I sit down, it just fall right out. I can't even hold it no more. Can't take this no more. Going to sit on the toilet and just right out. No pushing, no nothing. Can't even hold it no more. Oh man. But yeah, I think he probably is messing with what's her name? Jennifer Aniston. He probably is. I wouldn't be surprised. Real talk. But yeah, I gotta stop acting a fool. I'm gonna have to get up off this live because I'm first of all, I gotta get myself ready for work tomorrow, or whatever. But I gotta stop acting a fool. Y'all, I'm gonna blame this one on what's your name? Well, Outlaw, you didn't help nothing either, but y'all was encouraging me to act bad. Out the pit, I'm gonna blame it on him. I'm gonna put the blame on Out the Pit because he started. But yeah, man, I'm getting ready to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging in there with a brother. I had a good time though. I mean, and we joked around a lot. I mean, we were talking a little bit of politics, but it just went sideways. And hey, whatever, we had a good time though, right? But God bless y'all. Really, 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 God bless y'all, man. I appreciate it. And I know we kidding around and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, please make Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior. Please get a relationship with God. And outside of everything and anything we do, that matters more than anything in life. And that's real talk. Outlaw, while you out traveling, whatever, man, my prayers that you safe and you good out there where you at. Out the pit, I heard you said you was out on the road too, man. God bless you. Be safe out there. Who else am I? Top to bottom, hair and skincare. I pray that your business really thrives and do well. If you on this live, please check her page out. Please check her channel out. Please check her website out. She has hair care and hair and nail care. Please check her out. Laura, thank you for coming in. God bless you. God bless you. Real talk. I appreciate you. I think she said all the way from Germany. God bless you. I appreciate you. Appreciate your support. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. I will definitely be back sometime Friday. I usually don't put a time on Friday. It's just Freestyle Friday. We just go with the flow and we have a good time. If y'all able to come back on Friday, please come check a brother out. But, God bless y'all. Yeah, bro. Howard, all you guys. Appreciate y'all hanging it out with a brother. But I'm getting ready to get out of here. God bless every last one of y'all. If I forgot your name, please forgive me. I just want to make sure let y'all know I appreciate y'all hanging out with a brother. Please like, please subscribe, and also share. Let everybody know. Help me to grow this channel. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a wonderful time. We're going to enjoy the heck out of these next 4 years. And that's real talk. And just so y'all know, prices came down. But I'm out of here. God bless each and one of y'all. Peace.